Hello, today is the 22nd of January 2012, and I know I've been saying I won't be doing as many of these videos, and here I am now doing what I used to be doing, and that is putting out 2 videos a day sometimes, or 3, 4, 5 in a week, but I was just able to finally get the zinc metal data that I've been looking at or trying to get for a little while now, and it's hard to find. I'm still looking for the high-low close on whatever time frames I can get, but that has not happened as of yet. But I do have this. This is monthly data. Not too sure what the intraday highs or lows happen to be. But what I do have is the price going back to 1982. And we have this low of 50 cents. We have this high of 2. And we even have this low, which I'm going to be talking about as well. As far as the Fibonacci levels that could be used, what we could do is, I've already calculated it already. It's actually an easy calculation, just given the numbers. Because we take the high divided by the low. So 2 divided by 50 cents. You don't even need a calculator for that. The answer is 4. You put this to the power of 3/8, we'll do 38.2%. Then we get $1.70. We multiply it by a half, which basically means 85 cents. So very easily to calculate it just based on what the highs and lows happen to be. Basically somewhere in the middle between here. That's a significant level. We'll do it again with taking 4 to the power of 61.8% this time. Multiply it by a half, so at 235, half of that's about $1.17. So in or around up in here, somewhere around there. So those are the Fibonacci marks for this high and this low. So it obviously isn't a failed move because it hasn't went above this line. So as of yet, it hasn't failed, and it's testing the support level in here. And I haven't even checked today to see what the current price is, or even for the last little while, because this goes to January 2012. I wouldn't be surprised if it's closing in on the 96, 97. I'll check after I'm done. But the significant level is that it's within this range, and it really has to break by this resistance, especially if we take a look at the Fibonacci from this lower market here. Because if you're going to use the same high of 2, but we're going to use this low, say over this low, what's pretty simple is that these 2 Fibonacci lines are going to go lower, probably to the point where you have 1 here, and maybe 1 somewhere in here. So obviously a major pierce below it. Whether the line was up here or even up here, and you have a pattern where you go below it significantly. Let's say it's like 70, 72, and you go down to 50, but then you recapture it like you do, then that's a major pierce and still successful support. Because if you break through a significant level, you got a hole below it. Say this line, it never held below it, but it did break below. Therefore, with that being said, with this low and this high, really breaking past this Fibonacci mark shows to us that the bullishness is recaptured. Now, personally, I like its risk-reward factors, or at least the percentage gains that zinc could be running through within these economic times that we currently have. Now, as far as the zinc metal, the pennies that are made within the United States and a very few in Canada. In the United States, all the ones that are not copper, so post-82, and in Canada from 97 to 1999, contain 98% zinc. And for the pennies to be worth the metal that they're printed on, it pretty much has to be at $2 a pound. So at one point it was, and currently if it's in that dollar range, then you're looking at half of its value for its current time frame. So it'll be interesting to see how well a $20 bill can do if it can manage to hold on to half of its value. But the zinc pennies most certainly should not only be able to do it, but as prices go higher, start to become a valuable commodity. For if this does break out well above this level into the 345 mark, then people will be hoarding and collecting the zinc pennies. I've checked on the internet in buying bars because I'm actually extremely interested in buying some nice size zinc bars. However, it's extremely difficult to not only get these, but anywhere close to spot. For the cheapest I could find was pretty much $2 a pound. So I find that a little interesting to say the least. Zinc also has a very low melting temperature. Therefore, you could put even zinc pennies on a regular campfire, and if you know what you're doing, it's a much easier thing to melt in comparison to other base and precious metals. And that will most likely be that. So I wanted to put this chart in. If there's any way you personally know of getting into zinc as far as on a scientific level, as far as making it, I wouldn't know exactly what scientific ways to do it fairly easy. But again, if it's selling for $2 a pound, and you can make it for $1 a pound or 75-90 cents a pound, then you might be doing fairly good. Anyway, thank you for tuning in, and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.